Late 2024, the Pokemon Company came out with a game that has gotten a lot of interest, and that's with Pokemon Pocket. And a common theme that I've had with friends, with other people that I have met at locals, is how do I transition from Pokemon Pocket to the Pokemon trading card game effortlessly. And well, today that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to show you a transition from Pokemon Pocket to the actual trading card game. So the first thing you should look at is the actual differences between the two. There is some similarities, but the main difference is it's a 60 card deck. We use prize cards instead of points. You have to get 6 prize cards instead of 3 points. As well, and there is a steeper learning curve because there is so many cards that you can play, as well as some technical aspects such as shuffling. In person, shuffling is a key moment as you will be constantly shuffling your deck once you grab cards from your deck, or if your opponent makes you shuffle your hand back into the deck. Shuffling is a really interesting aspect and can be challenging, but I'll have a video linked down below to shuffle your Pokemon cards properly. So let's talk about the best way to actually learn the Pokemon trading card game. Personally, I think the best way to learn the game is actually through the online version called Pokemon TCG Live. Pokemon TCG Live, it is free, it is available on PC, it is available on mobile. It's available on almost any device. Here, you'll first be introduced to the tutorial of how the actual Pokemon trading card game is, and that tutorial does a way better job than I could explaining the basic rules and basic concepts of the Pokemon trading card game. On screen, you'll see just how the tutorial works. It is a sped up version. It takes 5 to 10 minutes, and then after completing the Pokemon TCG Live tutorial, you'll be awarded with 10 pre-made decks for free. Upon receiving the 10 pre-made decks, you're ready to go. You could do the deck building just like Pokemon Pocket, or just hop into a game and see if you even like the game. I think personally this is what got me back into it. I downloaded Pokemon TCG Live, started playing a bit, realized I love the deck building, I love the strategy aspects, and I just had fun. If you just click through, is the understanding of how the rule box system works. So Pokemon EX and V in the tutorial are worth 2 prize cards, while the basics, like a little Charmander, is only worth 1. So it doesn't go through it, so I thought I'd just mention it quickly in this video, just in case you're starting out and don't really truly understand what's happening in the game. So I would say play 5-10 games, maybe a couple hours, just to see if you like it. If you like it, then we go to the next part, and that's actually physically buying the cards. To physically get the cards, there's many ways to go about it, but for me, these are the ways that I found best. First and foremost, when I first got back into the Pokemon trading card game, I actually bought a pre-made deck. There are these league battle decks, and they're relatively good, relatively easy to play as well. And you don't have to have the best top-end cards to play the game. You could win the game based on skill itself. Most trading card games are very skill and luck based at points. You have to luck into certain cards at certain opportunities. But also buying these league battle decks will also get you some TCG Live tokens and actually get the league battle decks on your TCG Live account. So you could physically practice your deck, not even in person, online with the battle deck. And then you could tinker around with changes and add stuff if you want. And the best way to actually get cards other than league battle decks is actually buying the cards as individual singles. Singles is the best and most affordable way to actually get your cards without playing the gacha game or the lottery when it comes to opening packs for those certain cards. Some of the most important cards you need in the Pokemon TCG are the supporter cards. And you're not guaranteed to get one in every pack of Pokemon. So the best way is to go to your local card shop, see if they have the cards you need, and buy them. And if a card shop doesn't have it, the other best way is to buy them online. There's plenty of online buyers. The ones that I personally go to are TCG Player, Hobbiesville, because I am in Canada, and 401k Games. They usually have a combination of the singles I need. If I can't find them, then TCG Player has all the cards you'll ever need when it comes to the Pokemon trading card game. Another big tip when it comes to buying the physical cards, these shiny, fancy cards that you see maybe TikToks about or videos about, like the SIR Pikachu from the most recent set, Surging Sparks. It is a very cool card. It has a very high price value, but you don't need that card to play the game. It is a card in a deck called Miraidon that is very powerful, but this card on the left here is the same as the card on the right. So this really expensive Pikachu, the SIR, is $500. The same card that's a basic version of it is $10. Do people go out and buy the really expensive Pikachu and play them in tournaments? Yes, they do. but you don't need to. If you want to save that little bit of money, just buy the basic standard card, not the alternate versions, unless it's a good deal. Now, since you've kind of transitioned, you know what to do. Next thing is to compete. You could play with some friends at somebody's house, or go to your local card show and see what day they hold Pokemon nights. Pokemon nights are really fun. There's a tournament style format. It usually costs anywhere from $2, $5, $10. It's a really competitive league. And there you'll interact with people in the community and learn the game a bit more. You could see the architect and how people are building the decks. If you actually want the top end decks in the meta, you could look at limitless.tcg and look at the Pokemon page. In the Pokemon page, it will show you the most recent tournaments and the decks that perform the best. And on the page itself, just by a couple of clicks, you can actually just buy the deck outright on TCG Player. Obviously, there's some settings that I will show on screen to make it a little bit cheaper if you just want to jump right into it, get the best deck available. The meta is kind of always evolving in Pokemon. Sometimes random stuff can shake up the meta, and with new sets coming, like Prismatic Evolutions, new cards will be added to the format, and when that happens, decks will go crazy once again. So, give Pokemon trading card game a try. I suggest practicing on the live first, and then going from there. If you love it, start buying the cards and start playing, having fun with friends or at the local LANs.